RuneScape 3, the original RuneScape. A game once loved by many, through controversial updates and changes. Now a game loved by few, and hated by most. In this series, with a fresh account and a new start, I want to explore what the game has to offer, focusing on differences to old school RuneScape, and what's changed from that game we all used to love. Let's together see if the game has hidden gems and interesting content that the average person won't find without playing the game. And what's the appeal to keep playing this game for so many people? Is it refused to change and start over? Or is there something we're all missing? Let's find out together.
So what's up guys, welcome back to another episode. So to start this video, we're going to start by doing the Curse of the Black Stone. So this quest was released in 2019, so it's a modern quest as well, so wish me luck. It does suggest that we do this quest and this quest, but for the sake of this one, I'm going to make an exception and just do the quest as it is. So as you can see, this quest is going to take me to some of the most beautiful places in this game, and they're called the Ark Islands. I don't know if that's the correct term, but I'm looking to explore these islands in a separate video, so I'm not going to do any cinematics just yet on these islands until we actually do the content in these islands, not just passing through for a quest. I said I was going to hold off, but my god, there are so many beautiful islands here, and they all look unique. It's like, is this even RuneScape? These places look so good. Okay, so this is the point of the quest where we need to do ED1, and we're only at the beginning of the quest. I thought this would all come at the end of the quest, but this lady here is telling me I need to investigate the Temple of Amanishi, which is ED1. So I guess it's time to go hit it. So this is the first boss. He's pretty straightforward. He's actually pretty fun to kill as well. You just sort of stand on the left side of him because he does this water attack and he always does it the same. He shoots out here and then goes around that way. So if you stand this side, when he shoots it out, you just step to the right, wait for him to finish, step back to the left. Pretty straightforward. Other than that, there's this purple stuff, which I'll show you as well. But that's the water attack. You move to the side, you just wait here, and then once he's finished, step back this way. And that's pretty much it. So here's the purple shit. So you just run it to the side over here, just get it out the way, drop it off, and then run back. And that's literally it. And that's the whole boss, really. And just got 90 dungeoneering. Hell yeah. Okay, so this is the second boss. Probably one of the most hated bosses out of all the ED. Basically, just pray magic unless he's on you, and you pray melee. He does this beastly spin attack, that right there. When he does that, either devotion or run your fucking ass off. So at this point, the guy goes in the air and he'll spawn these whirlpool things, these here. So you want to stand within 2 squares of them and then kill the whirlpool. And what that does, that gives you damage reduction, so definitely worth getting as many as these as you can. I think he spawns 20 in total, but as you kill him, you'll start taking less and less damage. So this one's like loads of range attacks and then a mage attack. Though he jumps up, pray mage, swap back to range. Okay, so this one seems hard, but it's simple enough. So he'll slap this hand here into the ground. If he slaps it into the ground, then you just take a step to the side. It'll put a black, like that. So you step to the side and don't get damaged by them. Also, the most annoying thing is he will spawn these hand things like this. They'll come from that spot there, I believe. And these hands, you just keep running away from them. They do serious damage. There's no avoiding the hand damage as well. They're really annoying. So at this point, I just... Wait, where is it? Okay, so at this point, one of you stays down and one of you goes up. Shall I show going up first? So you just jump up on top of him. And then there'll be some crystals. So you just want to basically fuck these crystals up. I think once you break all the crystals, the kill's done. So the other job is I'll stay down here while the other guys go up. And you wait for this thing to spawn some slimes. So the slimes come out and all you gotta do is tag them, as long as they don't make it to him, because they will like super heal him, so you just gotta make sure you're tagging them. So I was sadly unable to kill that. I think it's probably best I do it on story modes, just for now. I think if I had a yak, I'd be fine, but it takes a lot of food. Well, story mode is insanely more easy to do. Jesus Christ. Yeah, if you're worried about doing this, do this on story mode. It's so much easier. Okay, so we've met the Dragon King, and this is the point where we need to do ED2. Okay, so I've just gone to check my chest from doing the Elite Dungeons 1, and I found this in here. So I must have got this at Elite Dungeons 1. I have no idea what it is. I've looked on the wiki, and it's a 1 in 1,024. Dude, what is my RNG on this account? It's used to make a tier 85 spear. So I've been doing a little bit of ED3 while I wait for people to do ED2 with, and we should get a fair few levels here, so let's have a look. So we're going to siphon that. That goes to 89. And there we have, level 80 has been hit as well. Not base 80s yet though, because I got some skills that are really slacking behind. Not sure what we unlock here. Large generator, so that's the power for my alch machine. Nice. So now we got this really rare drop. We just come over to this person here. I think all we do is buy the Fang, which is 5k charms, but I think you need to have this in your inventory to be able to buy the Fang. At least that's what it said on the wiki. So maybe we just use these on each other. There we go, tier 85 spear. And I'm gonna actually quickly augment it before I put it on. So this here I could then go and sell. So you basically need to get the drop and then have 5k of the charms you get from ED1. And then you can actually sell this, and it's what, 7.7 mil? So it's a pretty decent drop, but I'm gonna actually augment it and keep it, because it's literally my best melee weapon. Oh, it looks pretty cool as well. It looks neat. Okay, guys, before we get to ED, I think it's time I perked all my gear, because my range gear has no perks. So yeah, let's see what we can do. Okay, guys, perking was an absolute nightmare. As you can tell by my cash stack, I got seriously unlucky. I had like 22 mil. I now have 2 mil. But let's run over the perks I've got. So on my weapon, I have Scavenge 2 with mobility. Scavenge 2 gives me a chance randomly to get components, which is really nice, and mobility makes my surge on half cooldown. On my other weapon, I have Precise 2, which just increases my minimum damage, and Equilibrium 1, which ups my minimum damage and lowers my top damage, but it evens out. I was trying to get like a better Equilibrium, but that was the best I could get. And then on my body, I have Crackling 3. Crackling 3 is insanely good. It just makes you do hella more damage. It can make me do like 150% more weapon damage. And then we have Biting 1. Couldn't actually get anything better. When I was trying to get Biting 2, I just kept getting trash with it. So instead, I decided to go for Biting 1, which gives me a 2% chance to crit with Venom Blood, which means I can't get poisoned. And then probably my best perk is Enhanced Devotion 3, which basically the ability Devotion, it can just randomly trigger for me like a free devotion. Pretty good. So I noticed I had an extra slot on my legs. So I had a Subjugation bottom level 9. I've just destroyed it, right? And a War Priest. And I had one shot at this and I got it. Impatient 3. 9% chance for my abilities to gain an extra 3% adrenaline. I think that one's pretty decent. That one's going on my legs as well. I just need to buy the Subjugation bottoms back as soon as I got the money. Alright, so I got my team for ED2. Let's go. Okay, so this is the first boss of the dungeon. He has some pretty weird mechanics. He's my least favorite out of the three. So he just does a fuck ton of damage. I can't wait to get the quest done. But so he spawns these little fuckers here, and you just destroy them because they just do even more DPS to you while you're trying to fight them. And then he does this range shit as well that like really damages you. And then in a minute he'll spawn a black hole. There it is. And then he'll spawn a star that you have to lure into the black hole, and there we go. So if we just run over here and get on the other side, it should lure the star in. Yeah, there we go, he's coming. Woo, nearly died. And there we go, then you stand in this white area, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So this boss here is probably the most complicated boss I've done so far. It's not actually that complicated, but it did take me a bit of a while to learn. And he's just a huge food drain. But basically, you pray magic, and then eventually you'll get a warning to pray melee. There. So now we pray melee. And then we go back to magic, and then you have to kill these. Is why these pillar things are up. He doesn't take any damage, so you just get rid of them quickly and then get back on him. So the other thing he does is this: he hits you, and then you get hit by one of these. So this one's blue. So once it hits me, I run to a green egg, and vice versa. You don't have to pay attention to exactly what it is, long as you don't run to the same. With the blues, it can get confusing because there's two blue ones. So just for the sake of it being easy, if I get hit by a blue one, I run to green. If I get hit by green, I run to blue. So there are two more mechanics. There's a mechanic where you'll get a warning that a dragon's gonna fly down. I'm not guaranteed to get it this kill though, so that's why I'm not showing it. And there's also a mechanic where he fires like a shot of fire at you, like a fireball. And if he throws that at you, you just run to the other side of the room because it makes these tornadoes spawn. And that's pretty much everything. So he's quite mechanically heavy. There's the firebomb I was on about. So these will turn into tornadoes. So you just stand out of their way and just stand over here. They won't come this far. Yeah, mechanically heavy boss, but other than that, pretty fun. Okay, so this boss just does a fuck ton of damage. If your screen shakes like that, move, because this stuff here really hurts. So you get a little shake as a warning, and then he throws some shit at you and it makes spikes come up. I actually got hit for 7k by them once. And yeah, it was really painful. So at this point, he spawns some hands. So you'll get the occasional magic attack, and then these hands here come out, sort of like ED1. Just avoid them, because they are literally like an insta-death. And then you got to kill the hands to get to the next stage. Oh shit, I thought them hands there were going to hit me. So this is the next phase. I like to call it the Ring of Death. And that's why, as you saw, I nearly died to it. But he'll do like a ring around him of fire, and this fire does a serious amount of damage. It's more like a spiral. He goes really wide, and then it slowly goes in more and more. And that's pretty much it for this one, plus the mechanics of the first one. So for this phase, the last phase, he just flies in the air, and wherever he lands, he starts these fires. And they seem to go on longer than you would expect. And if he keeps landing in the same place like that, and you get trapped in the corner, like GG, if you don't have double surge. And even then, it can be quite challenging to get away. But he is invulnerable during this stage, so you just like run away from him. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Then he'll go back to the kind of like the first phase again. And yeah, and then you just kill him and job done. And there we go. That's the final boss killed. So just doing my repo with a few friends on stream, and I got Shadow Glaives ticked off. Nice. Alright, so we've brought the boys. We got our man Vindicta and the King Black Dragon and random other characters all here to take out the ambassador. Okay guys, so this is the point where I have to defeat the Shadow Reef. So this is the first boss in ED3. So when you come in, just run up, stay to the side. He'll slap his head one way and then the other. He always does both, but it's whatever one he's going to do first. So you got to kind of work out which way you think he's going to go. So he's coming this way. So it gets easier to tell after a few runs. At first it can be quite hard to tell, but he will go again like that. And if I step up one, he shouldn't hit me this time because I was one square down. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and then he'll change direction. He'll go to the other side of the room. So at this point, he'll tuck his head in and go to the other side of the room. You want to get over as quick as possible because you can get stunned like that. Make sure you are not in the middle because as you'll see in a sec, he shoots a stun straight down the middle. And yeah, it really hurts. I could have just freed him that though, to be honest. But that shot there down the middle, you're gonna die. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Swings ahead and shoots down the middle. Pretty simple boss. So this boss, I actually find this one really fun. You just pray magic to begin with, and then eventually he'll do like range, and you pray range. He sort of swaps between the two, but it's quite noticeable because he doesn't like swap back and forth really quickly. Just sort of does magic for a bit, and then he'll do range for a bit. And then he spawns these portals. You want to take these out. These portals spawn skeletons, but don't worry about that. Just focus on actually destroying the portal, because when that timer goes down, the fucker will explode, and he does a lot of damage. So he gets to a certain amount of health, and then he'll fly in the air, and then he's gonna spawn like his, I don't know what to call it, his little buddy here. This one, I just kill it. He does spawn 2 of these. I'm not sure exactly what this one does, but the second one you'll see him spawn will actually heal him as well. So this is the second guy he spawns. So this guy actually heals him. You can ignore him and try and just out DPS him, but it's a bit easier to just kill him if you're patient. And he does spawn skeletons as well. But yeah, I just kill him, and then after that, you just kill the boss. So he also spawns these walls of ghosts. You just step out of the way. So for this one, when you enter the room, you pray mage, because he'll randomly hit one of you with mage. And it does AoE if you're standing together, and then straight to range. So just the one mage pray. This one I am narrating afterwards. I'm not doing it live, because he takes hell of a lot of focus. There was no way I could have done the boss and recorded this live. But so here he gives you the like purple thing, like the ED1 boss, and there's actually 2 of them, so you got to make sure you drop both of them off. I made the mistake of dropping one and then surging back and then dropping the other. Here he spawns these 3 things here, and you just got to stun them to get rid of them. If you don't get rid of them, they literally just explode on you. So this has to be probably the most challenging boss I've ever done. I couldn't full revo, had to half revo because you have to do certain abilities at certain times. So at this point, this is basically a DPS check. You have to destroy these little things. And if you don't destroy them, he sucks them in, and I'll explain that in a sec. So you basically just destroy these, run around, avoid the wall as well. For everyone he does suck in, he does a attack which is basically a one-shot. It's guaranteed to kill you. So you basically want to only let him absorb one, because the last one's really hard to destroy, but you can actually avoid the damage of the last one. So here's the last one. We don't manage to destroy it. He sucks it in. So I actually brought a dark bow for this. So I put the dark bow on, and I use resonance as it. And basically, when he hits me with this, I will absorb it, and it will heal me. Bam. There you go. If you don't do that, you're guaranteed to die. There's no other way to avoid it. So look away now if you don't want a spoiler, but your friend from ED1 comes to help you. Shoots his breath attack. It blows away all the fire, and it does actually heal you as well. And then these hands, I don't actually fully understand these. I know that when they slap, they can heal him, but I think there's a way to block it. Not quite sure what actually is going on, but all I focused on was eating up here and not dying. So what he's going to do now is he's going to target one of us, and whoever he targets, you have to switch to mage, and then you have to devotion it. There's not really any other way of surviving it. There is one way, but it's a lot more risky. So he targets me here, and as you notice, I switch to mage and I devotion, and there, I don't take any damage whatsoever. So he does actually target me again, but where my devotion is on cooldown, I have one other option. So my other option is debilitate. Debilitate will halve the damage. So if your devotion's on cooldown, which mine is, I have to debilitate. But what you'll notice is I do it a tick late. So the first hit hits me full blast, and then the rest are half. So unfortunately, that's how I died there, because I was just one tick too late on my debilitate. But we did manage to go back and get a kill. I actually managed to get 3 kills. A really, really fun boss. It was nice to do a boss where I had to not full revo and had to do abilities at certain times, but really fun. And there it is, boys. We have 3 ambassador kills now, because I did 1 kill when I did the cinematic, and then 1 kill just then, and then I did a kill where I forgot to record the last fight as well. So yeah, 3 kills, man. I really enjoy that boss. It's nice to do a boss where you actually like have to do specific abilities at specific times, so I was only revoing my basics, because that's like a must do there. But I found it really fun as well. But yeah, let's go finish the quest. And there we go. There's the quest finish. You get 3 huge XP lamps. Not sure how much that gives you, but 10% reduction in all of the damages. That's gonna help so much in all of the dungeons. 10% reduction. But yeah, quest complete. Hell yeah. So the next step in the ED dungeon is to get 750k Dungeoneering tokens, and then we can upgrade the chest that you get in there and turn it into a bank chest as well. So that's my next goal. This video took so much work. I put my heart and soul into this one. All I ask in return is a like, and just let me know what you think in the comments. And if you're new here, subscribe. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this one, and catch you later.